Hey, boo. I'm trying to...
What's in your coffee?
I'm trying some new things out. I wish.
So...
It's just the usual.
How would you describe what you just did? What was that?
I don't know, like late 90s movie? Like, hey, I don't know. That's what I think of. What do you think of?
I don't think you want to know what I think about.
You just thought it was dumb?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I would say on a scale of 1 to 5, when it comes to
my ideas,
how great that intro was compared to others.
Yeah,
it's towards the bottom.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay,
means nothing to me. Your opinion means nothing.
I don't know.
Are we big enough with this podcast yet that I can start making demands for this studio? I need a higher chair. I feel so low, and it doesn't make me feel powerful.
Dude, do you want? I can give you my chair.
So then you're slouched.
I don't
to the
care.
Bottom? It's fine.
Low chair, don't care.
I mean, I'll survive.
I
like to be higher up.
You be perched higher up. You're sitting perfectly at the desk with a laptop in front of you.
I'm super low. This desk is high.
Okay.
It's all good. It's not, but I'm gonna live.
Maybe you could complain about that before we start the show.
Your mic is so loud. Maybe I'm just not wanting to
turn down your volume on your head.
Yeah. I just did. Yeah. So how's it going? Good.
Your voice.
My voice is irritating.
No, I'm great.
All right. Well,
thanks for asking.
Yes. Did you? This hit so close to home. Did you hear the story of the guy that was found in the college student's closet? Let me set this up for you. Did you hear about it?
Is this the one where the college student thought they were dreaming or having?
She thought there was a ghost in her dorm room.
Okay, tell a story.
So she thought there was a ghost because things kept going missing or were in weird places. And so she thought, but she knew she locked the door all the time, her and her roommate, and they discussed it. And so she was convinced there was a ghost in her apartment.
Yeah.
And so one day she hears this noise coming from her closet, and she's like, "Oh my God." Okay, like it almost sounded like an animal. And so she said, "Who's there?" And then this voice answers back, "Me. Oh, my name is Drew." Oh my God. Would you pee or poop your pants or both? All of the above? Yes, I would.
Okay.
I would be so scared.
I don't know why would you...
I would think my ghost has a name.
Okay.
Or I'd think somebody's going to kill me right now.
So she thought she had a ghost in there because things were... Didn't she think she saw things too? But while she was dreaming, but then she's like, I must have been dreaming.
I didn't see that. But,
okay.
But there was just weird things like missing or moving around.
How... Did she never go into her closet?
So there's a couple of unanswered questions. And believe me, I'm going to contact CNN and get to the bottom of this.
Sure.
But there's a couple questions. Did she not go into her closet when she thought she heard something in there?
Right.
But like me, I'm so terrified to do
ghosts.
that. I'm so terrified. If I heard something, I'm not the first one.
You're not going to go investigate.
No. And so I'm with her. And by the way, the reason it hits so close to home is I would have absolutely 150% thought there was a ghost in my closet or my room.
I was going to say, it's right up your alley.
I would have thought it was haunted.
Well, see, we had a similar instance in our own home not too long ago where I got a text from our 13-year-old daughter saying, "Dad, there's something in my closet. I can hear it."
Yeah.
And so I went down and I laid on her bed with her. It was bedtime and so it was dark and the house was quiet. And then suddenly I heard it too, and it was
like a light scratching noise.
And I'm like, "Oh, I think you might have a mouse." She's like, "What? What?" And then then I had to go point out the fact that she's a slob.
Yeah, there's food wrappers everywhere.
Keeps eating in her room. And so we opened up the doors to her closet and then laid back down. And then sure enough, she's like, "I see it."
No, didn't she freak out? Because it was perched on one of her hangers.
Oh, it was swinging from the hangers.
Yeah, trapeze artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We caught it, by the way, next day.
You did catch it. It still smells like mice down there, by the way. I walked down there and Sloane's room.
What doesn't it smell like down there?
I know.
We inherited dog carpet.
I know.
That we've cleaned, but...
And we don't have clean children.
No.
So, Yeah, but I would have for sure. I always thought there were ghosts. I still believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
I don't think I've technically ever. Have you ever seen a ghost? You have that story.
Well, I have. I don't know. I don't know if it was so much a ghost more than just that I lived in an old creepy house, my grandmother's house.
No. Okay.
Which you're convinced was haunted.
Oh, it for sure was
Is this
haunted.
the same story?
The story of you waking up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, tell that story. It was haunted. That house was like 150 years old.
Right. It still is. My parents live there now.
Yeah.
No, I had, this was when we were dating, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we were.
And I had fallen asleep in front of the TV, and the TV was in front of me. I was on a couch. To the right of the TV, if I'm looking at the TV, to the right of that was the doorway into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And so I woke up. I don't know why. The house was freezing cold because it was always cold, but it seemed to suddenly have gotten colder. And I looked over at the doorway, which was black. But as I was staring at it, suddenly the black entranceway just seemed to be growing and kind of expanding and moving towards me.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh my. So I was probably only 10 feet away.
Yeah.
So I'm realizing it feels like whatever this blackness is coming towards me. So I jumped off the couch, ran into my bedroom, slammed the door, got under the covers, and just shivered there all night long.
But you said with what you described, it was like the Mothman.
Yeah, it could have been the Mothman. I've done some research on Mothman. Mothman's a little different. It's like it was more of a shadow creature than Mothman. I guess I don't know my.
It wasn't Slender Man.
It was not Slender Man, and according
I believe you. And by the way, you lived alone in that house,
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was an old house.
Yeah, I think it happened.
Well, I think you want to think.
No,
that it
listen.
happened.
When it first happened, and you were totally convinced it happened.
Well,
you were like, this happened. And I was like, oh my God. 'Cause you're not one to believe in those things.
It was the middle of the night. I can't remember what I'd been watching before. And I think maybe my imagination had kind of run wild. And, you wake up in the middle of the night, you're disoriented. Shadows seem bigger than they are.
Years later, you safely dismiss it. That's what's happening now.
I'm just, I don't think it was a Mothman. It could have been a shadow creature. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
I'm only like 60% there on it being a shadow creature.
Okay, whatever. I think it happened.
But it was like twice as cold as normal.
See?
Which was like it was sucking the heat out of the room. It was nuts.
That's crazy.
Speaking of sucking the heat out of the room.
Yeah.
I need to address something with you.
Okay.
There has been, and maybe this isn't the best time to address it.
Okay.
There has been something going on where your anger towards me has been manifesting in you like physically punching me.
Uh-huh.
Because we have our 13-year-old daughter, Quinn.
Yeah.
She's reluctantly confiding in you.
Yes.
At different times.
Oh, yes.
I am apparently...
I'm trying to figure out where you're going with
I'm
this.
apparently oblivious to it all.
Yeah.
So you will have these sit-down long conversations with her where she's spilling the tea. Mm-hmm. Did I use that right, the term?
I think so. Yeah.
She's giving you all the gossip in her life. She's a little emotional or a lot emotional. You're trying to offer up words of encouragement. And when you break from you come into our bedroom and you immediately punch me.
I'm angry at you.
You're angry at me for some reason because...
Are you kidding? Listen.
How is this my fault that she doesn't want to confide in me?
I think, first of all, so she's 13 and I'm just having trouble, like trying to, and I know I was that way once. I know I was that bad once. But I'm just trying to navigate these emotional 13-year-old waters, and it is tough cookies, man.
Sure, right.
It is rough. And so she'll come into me and like have this emotional break, and I'm trying to talk her through it or whatever. And they'll go 35, 40 minutes or whatever. You are clueless. And you also try to, in those situations, you try to parent logically, but like matter-of-factly. Maybe that's a better word.
Man.
You try to parent.
I sound horrible.
But you cannot. You have to come from a place of heart. Of heart.
I'm coming from a place of heart.
No, you're like, well, that's just the way it's going to be, and you just got to do that. Maybe you're not going to, then we're not going to take you that about it. And I'm like,
yeah, see, kid.
That's what it sounds. It sounds like old school parenting. And what you've got to do is understand what's really going on with her, and then pull her out of it. I am giving her words of encouragement. But by the way, my mom did that for me, but so did my dad. I had a lot of conversations with my dad.
So
You should be able to do it. You should sense it and go, listen, Quinn, here's the deal.
You're assuming I don't have those conversations with her. You just don't see them. And worst of all, I don't go out of those conversations and walk up to the bedroom and immediately punch you in the shoulder.
Well, I'm mad because you don't. We've had this conversation before.
Are we together 24 hours a day?
You and I.
Answer the question.
No, but you and I see
Are we together 24 hours a day?
We see the kids the same amount of time pretty much.
Yeah, but not at the same time.
Okay. And,
so you're making this assumption that those fatherly moments aren't happening.
Let me ask you this. Are you frequently having fatherly moments that last 40 minutes with her?
No, because I don't think 45 minutes is time well spent. But I am having those conversations with her.
You don't think 45 minutes is time well spent with your daughter, pulling her out of an emotional rut at 13?
She doesn't. Okay. So answer this. You're saying that the conversations, the deep, heartfelt conversations that you had with your mother were the same as the ones you had with your dad. The exact same.
They were on the same yeah.
I don't think so.
Listen, the sage advice that I got from them was on the same level.
Okay. I don't want to have this conversation.
Are you just getting mad?
I'm done. Yeah. No, I'm done. I'm done.
Why?
I'm done.
You brought it up.
I'm done. Okay.
And we're back.
So we're back.
Okay, that took a turn. What on earth happened? You got your feelings hurt.
You hurt my feelings.
But, okay, and I'm sorry. I did not. There was there was no intention to hurt your feelings. You got really mad.
I did.
Listen, first of all, I don't think you're a shitty dad. Second of all, you and I have different parenting styles. And third, if I thought
apparently my parenting style is not up to snuff to the Randi standards.
Yeah, you got really we
stopped the podcast.
We stopped the podcast and started arguing more. And I wish we would left it running because
No.
I know you were really upset. But I totally, first of all, my vow to this podcast is to always be real.
Sure.
I don't candy coat anything. Second of all, though, if I thought you were a terrible dad, I would have left your ass a long time ago.
You've threatened.
You have, but I've never done it.
Right.
You unconditionally love the kids. There's no question about that. I'm just saying our parenting styles are different.
I think what happens,
and maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, you are.
Oh, then that's fine.
What happens frequently, and we talked a little bit about this, where you get angry at me because I don't walk the perimeter of the house nightly with a baseball bat and a gun between, a gun in my pocket.
Right.
Because you grew up, everybody thinks that the parents that they grew up with, for the most part, were the best parents ever. And so when I don't,
or that's the right thing to do in life.
That's the way that it should be done.
Yes.
So when I don't, I oftentimes I hear often from you, well, my dad da 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 da, and I have a lot of respect for your dad.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was like as a dad.
Yeah.
I just know what comes naturally to me.
And that's fine.
Well, apparently it's not because I get punched.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop. I told you already, last week, I was going to stop punching you. So.
Well, you told me you were going to stop punching me, though, for something entirely different. We don't need to talk about that right now.
Not on this one. Maybe a different one.
Maybe a different one.
But, yeah.
All right.
Okay. Have we exhausted that?
I think we have.
You okay?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
It just you brought it up, but then it obviously struck a chord.
It would. You turned the tables on me, and I wasn't expecting it. I was just trying. I thought I was going to get out of it scot-free. Just be like, I'm a dad. Like, she's not going to confide with me the way she confides with you, and I still stick with that. I will have
some
things. Hold on. I will pick her up from the dance studio.
Yeah.
We'll drive home, and it's just she and I.
Uh-huh.
And we'll have conversations, and I'll ask her about her day, and she'll share some things with me.
Yeah.
And I ask questions. I want to know everything that's going on in her life. We will get home. She'll walk through the door. She'll dump all of her stuff. She'll grab you and go right into the back room, and suddenly, stuff that I couldn't pull out of her, she's just
that's
like
true.
Throwing
that's
it all
true.
over. So it's just different.
There's a difference.
So that's all. And then my point to that was that you get angry with me because you're able to pull these things out of her and have those big, long conversations. And I just haven't been able to do it.
Yeah.
Apparently it's because I'm a crappy dad.
Okay. I'm tired.
All right.
All right. So, it is the Chinese. Yesterday was the Chinese New Year.
Right. Year of the hog?
Boar.
The boar?
Year of the boar.
Okay.
Which, so this is my segue, my smooth radio segue.
All right.
It's the year of the boar. So I have fallen into this hole a teensy bit obsessed with, the term like teacup pig or mini pigs.
Right.
And there's one in our neighborhood. Our daughters were walking. Yeah.
Really?
Our daughters were walking to the little shopping
friend's
area.
house. Okay.
Shopping area.
Yeah.
And there was like this little pig. And so they went over and talked to the people, which, we've always told them don't touch strangers. But they were like, oh my gosh, we love your pig.
It's a stranger with a pig. You're probably all right.
Yeah. And they said he actually has his own Instagram page. And so they sent the girl. So they follow this little mini pig now.
Yeah.
Then I had read an article about how mini and teacup pigs and micro pigs are a complete myth. So then I fell into a complete hole and I have been looking into it. So I'd love to hear from people on this because what I have been reading is because it became kind of, and I don't know how it started, but it became kind of like this trendy phenomenon to have a micro or a teacup pig or a tiny pig domesticated, living in your house with you, right?
Right.
Like Ariana Grande's got one right now. They're not real. So what people are finding is either they buy these tiny pigs, they've been lied to on how old they really are. They might tell you like, oh, that pig, it's a 3-month-old pig. But in reality, it's like a 3-4-week-old pig. And so you're getting these tiny pigs, and then sometimes they're telling you, oh, you only feed them like a half cup a day or whatever. So they're putting them on these like starvation diets to keep them small. But what happens is I was reading and it says their organs continue to grow. So they end up having all these deformities.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. The other thing is that they hand you this tiny pig when it's a newborn or whatever. You take it home with you and you start feeding it. And lo and behold, a year later, you have a 250-pound pig in your house. And so those are the two things that are happening right now. And so I've kind of just been obsessed with this. Like, when is it going to end? When is it really going to come out to the general public that like mini and teacup pigs are not a real thing? Like the real thing is a real sized pig.
Are teacup pigs really like, are they that big? Are they that buzzworthy? Do people care?
Oh my God. Do you not like half the people we follow on Instagram have teacup pigs?
I don't.
And the girls wanted one. And so thank God, I mean, we're not going to get a pig, obviously.
Well, we weren't going to begin
first
with.
Place, right. But doing all this research, I'm like, oh my God, they're not even real anyway. And so I found it really interesting. And I just, like, when is everyone going to know that this is like a legit thing, that it's not real,
right.
you know? And so anyway, I just thought it was really interesting on this mini pig thing.
So in your conversations with the girls about it, you've just been pretty...
I haven't told them this yet. I'm telling you.
Haven't?
No, I'm telling you this for the first time.
Okay, because I'm curious to know, because when the girls were younger, there was you said this thing to me once, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of an interesting approach. You were really excited to take the girls to, I think Barnum and Bailey were in town. The circus was in town. And you were really excited to take them to the circus. And you're like...
I was?
Yeah, you were excited. Because here's what you said. It's like, I can't wait. It'll be fun to take them to the circus. And then in a few years, we'll get to tell them how bad it is. How horrible all this treatment of the elephants and just all... And I was like, well, wait a minute. Why are we going to first enjoy the nature of the...
Love it.
I love this. By the way, it's really, really horrible. And you've said a similar thing about zoos.
The zoo. Yeah. Well, when I was pregnant with Quinn, because we're in media, like we often get invited to like the media openings of what have you,
right,
whatnot. And one of them was in Salt Lake. It was the elephant, whatever was being opened at the zoo in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
And I remember being pregnant with Quinn and being like, oh my God, this is awful. Like, I'm going to tell my kids. But however, once you have kids and they're like, we want to go to the zoo. I think we had a season pass in Salt Lake. We had a season pass here.
Yep.
And, the older they have gotten, I've been like, do you think those conditions are really, ideal for these animals? And, so we've had some tiny conversations about it. I haven't like completely gone off about it. But I mean, I do feel that way. I do really. What do you just not care?
If you really feel that way.
I really do feel that way.
Then why did we have a zoo pass?
Because kids enjoy that type of thing. Like I did, it's like Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy. I didn't kill that dream.
Wait, what about what?
I knew you were going to make that dad joke. Please don't be upset about it.
We should probably, spoiler alert, hopefully you're not listening with your kids to this podcast. We used to have to do that on the radio. You can't.
We could say that. We'll say that before this one. We'll put a disclaimer.
Disclaimer?
Yeah. Do
not listen to this with your kids.
Yeah.
A, they'll be bored. B, the truth comes out.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, how long do you think we got on Quinn? Or
on Sloan? I think time is fleeting. I think she secretly knows, but she's just playing our game.
Well, it was in 5th grade when Quinn found out.
Yeah.
AKA was told
by another child.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, somebody said the other day, Jewish kids are awesome because they never spoil it for the other kids.
Right.
And they don't.
Right.
It made me realize that. I was like, oh my God, they don't.
Sure, but, we don't really live in like a large Jewish population.
We live in a decent, we're not
do you know any Jewish families that live in our neighborhood?
Kelsey's Jewish.
What?
Yeah.
She doesn't live in our neighborhood.
No. But we got friends.
Okay. All right. Is that your equivalence of I have a black friend?
Yes, I was going to say that, but then I chose not to. So thanks for saying it.
Should I edit that part out?
No, it's fine. Yeah. So I don't know. Like, what you just don't care
about the
circus and the zoo.
No, I mean, obviously, it is where society is today.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of zoos now, they try to perform their function in a very...
I don't think that's true.
Most of them do. There's accreditations that go in, like the Oregon Zoo here in Portland. They go about it in a way that is to help. I mean, zoos have been around for hundreds of years now.
Right.
So there's a system in place, but I think just in terms of like the way the world population has expanded and ruined the regular habitat for some of these animals don't have other places to go. So the place where they
I don't think that's true. But
all right.
I think that like in 30 years, we're going to find out that we were doing some pretty horrible things in the zoos today.
There's always that, but it's the same thing with anything. Unintentionally doing some horrible things. Is that what you mean?
I don't know. I just think that no, and I don't agree with you that some of those don't have their natural habitats anymore. I think you can put them out in a natural / similar habitat out in the wild and let them live their lives.
Not anymore.
And not in, give me an example of an animal that no longer has the natural habitat.
Animals, I'm just talking about there's a number of, a lot of elephants, they're born in captivity. Some of these that are born in captivity can't go out into the wild.
I agree with that, but that's our own fault.
That's what I'm saying, is that the result of what we have today is basically what happened because of these decisions 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, right. And we're dealing with it. So with all that said, I mean, you look at Barnum and Bailey, they ultimately said, you know what, we're not going to use elephants anymore.
Right.
So they're making these smart choices. Where do those elephants go? You just can't put them on a boat and say, hey, you're going back to Africa.
So why don't all of the circuses come together and say, we're going to build a transition project to transition them back into their natural habitat? And they could slowly do that with every species that they've got in their zoos and their circuses. And then we eventually just have them back, like I said, you just transition them back. And then the generation after.
There's probably a billion reasons why that doesn't work.
Okay.
I just don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah. All right. Well, the other piece of that really quick is that, I have 2 very nice fur coats that I inherited from my mother.
Yes. That you did not purchase them yourself.
No, I would never.
Your mother gave them to you.
Right. They're very nice. My question is, so when we have a nice event, can I wear those? Am I perpetuating something that's wrong? Or
okay.
Somebody, I saw like a comedian the other day say, it was already dead when I got it from a vintage shop. And I don't know if that's a flippant remark or not. Like, I feel the same way. Like, can I wear...
Do you want to wear fur?
I mean...
Is there a desire in your... that you want to wear fur?
Not necessarily I want to wear fur, but that these are vintage, very nice coats.
It doesn't matter. Do you like the look of fur?
Oh, I like the look of fur.
Okay.
But I own a lot of faux fur stuff. I have fur on my faux fur. I have faux fur on my winter coat.
Sure.
So, no, I like the look of it, but those are, so anyway, that's my question. I just don't know if I'm a complete ass if I wear that around or not.
No comment.
All right. You're still angry.
I'm not angry. I'm good.
Okay. Hey, so I found this quiz online.
Yeah.
Obviously. Mm-hmm. Everything starts with that. There's a quiz online.
Sure.
About how well you know your spouse.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Hold on. I got music for this.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I got music for this. Hold on. Here it comes. It's coming. All right.
Sounds like game show music.
No, it's Newlywed Game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you were saying you found how well do you know your spouse? And we have each selected a question
from the quiz.
Yeah. That we're going to answer about each other, right? Is that how are we doing this?
Well,
so you're going to ask me and then I have to answer?
Because I honestly don't know the answer to this.
I thought I had to answer, so I answered these.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah, but it's all right. We can do it the other way.
I can answer this for you.
Saves me a lot of pain because I don't know. One of these I selected. I'm like, this is a tough one, but I'm going to go for it.
Okay. Do you want to ask me first?
Sure. So am I asking the question and you're going to reply what my answer is?
Sure.
I'm confused.
No.
Now.
I just wanted to ask you the question.
Okay, go ahead and ask your question.
Oh, you want me to ask you the question first?
Yeah, I thought the way this worked because the Newlywed Game is how well do you know your spouse? Okay. You're just basically saying I'm going to ask Cort these questions. You're a cheater. You have to answer the question.
I'll answer it. Okay. Outside of your career,
yes.
What's something you consider yourself naturally talented at?
Ooh.
You want me to answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think you're naturally talented at all of this handyman work that you're naturally talented at going and researching it and then being able to do it. I honestly think I could research the crap out of things and still not be able to actually do the handyman work. Like install a shower or retile a fireplace. I appreciate that, but you're obviously not looking terribly close at the tile job that I did around the fireplace or the pipe dope that is like strewn across the I guess I'm not because it looks perfectly fine to me. Okay. I mean, it was my first time ever doing that, so I feel pretty pleased about it. Yeah. No, I appreciate that. What do you feel like you are naturally talented at outside of your career? I'm obviously not parenting. I have the wrong feelings about zoos. No, I think I can, when it comes to like technical stuff, I can sort things out pretty easy. Like I can read about stuff and figure out how stuff works. So that's like kind of the same thing. Tech stuff or like, I guess handy, tiling. Okay. That stuff. All right, here we go. Okay. What's your partner's least favorite body part? Oh, I saw that one and I was like, that's cheesy. Is it cheesy? What's your least favorite body part?
What's your least favorite body part?
Mine?
Yeah.
On me?
On
or
me?
Just
yeah. What in terms of body parts? What part do you hate? Do you not like the most?
On you?
No, on you, and I have to answer it. This was your segment. I can't figure out why you don't know how this works. You asked the question and you answered it.
Okay.
And I said, actually, that's a pretty good answer.
Okay, go ahead and answer.
I don't know why I chose this one.
Okay.
Is it your hips?
No. Thanks, though. I guess I appreciate that. Are they big?
I love your hips.
Right, right.
I don't know.
I'd say my stomach, my abs.
Your abs.
Yeah.
I was going to put that, but I was just like...
Totally. I look at them every day.
Yeah.
Every single day, and I curse at myself.
I think they're great.
For eating ice cream every night.
They're great. You got another one
Wow, this is going great.
Yeah, this is... I think now that we know how to do it, do you have another one?
Well, I do, but...
Go ahead. I got another one here.
Okay. I don't know the answer to this. What's your favorite smell?
I thought about that one, too. I don't know what is my favorite smell?
Yeah.
You don't know? You don't know what mine is?
I would think it was some sort of food.
Okay, you're right. It's the smell of Sunday dinner, like roast beef.
Yeah, okay.
Roast beef.
That makes sense.
Yes. Oh, man. Sunday dinner. Is there anything better? What is your favorite smell? Because I didn't know how to answer that one.
I love the smell of a baby's head.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. So I chose, what does your partner typically look forward to the most about the weekend? Which to me, I thought was a pretty...
Oh, my God. You can nail this.
Which is pretty easy, is the fact that there is no agenda, no schedule, and doing nothing. That is what you love most about weekends.
Yes.
Except for at a certain point on Saturday evening, you don't even wait till Sunday. On Saturday evening, you start getting super neurotic about the weekend coming to an end.
Yep.
And you get stressed like nobody else.
You're nailing it.
And you become almost angry.
I'm angry.
The rest of us aren't as concerned that the weekend is coming to an end, even though we have a whole other day.
Well, you nailed it.
We might as well not even do weekends.
We might as well not have a Sunday, because here's what I hate about Sundays now is Sundays are spent grocery shopping and prepping my food.
Which you started moving some of that stuff over to Saturday.
So that I don't have to do all of it on Sunday. Well, like this weekend, the girls wanted to go shopping on Sunday, and I was like, well, how the hell am I going to go do all the grocery shopping, get all my food prepped, and then take them shopping? So I had to do all of that on Saturday so that I could take them shopping on Sunday, which was great.
Right.
I just hate that, like, I have to do all the grocery shopping on the weekend.
I have done it before.
I know.
You just don't like the way I do it.
No, I'm fine with the way you do it. So you don't think outside the box at all. So like
you basically say, if it's not on the list, then I won't buy it.
You don't get it. Yeah.
How is that? That is responsible. Why would you want me walking through a grocery store and buying all willy-nilly?
Well, you wouldn't. You would, as a grown-ass adult, you would walk by the tuna and go, oh, you know what? I just remembered we're out of tuna. Even though it's not on the list, you'd put it in the cart.
I occasionally pick up stuff that's not on the list.
Yeah, you do. You've gotten better about that over the years. Yeah. But that was my biggest complaint, is that you don't.
Okay, well, I consider grocery shopping off your to-do list.
Thanks.
Just put it on mine.
Okay, great. But it has to be done so that I can prep on Sundays.
Yeah.
It has to be done quickly.
It has to be done, and I have to bag properly.
If I'm not there, I don't care about the bagging. Yeah. But I just have to prep my food.
Do yourself a favor and don't go shopping with Randy.
Yeah. I get a little control-y.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this a segment we bring back?
Maybe. Wait, did I answer your question? What was your question?
You didn't. It was
the weekend thing. And you forgot.
Did I nail it? No, I was pretty.
But just add in, I can sleep in sometimes.
Yeah,
which is
sometimes.
amazing.
Well, you get to sleep in on Saturdays.
I do.
I let you do that.
I do. You do. You're good at that.
Yeah. This is the time of the show where Randy tells me what I've done wrong.
Yes.
Which also might be known as this entire episode.
Right. Do you have the gut for this today? I just don't know if you do. After that.
Well, this is the final segment, so I think if we decide to end it now, then at least we have a final episode, a full final episode.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'm wondering if there is something I can help you with. So you bought that like shaving bib.
Yeah.
To catch all your shaving hairs
I did. It's a bib. It goes around your neck, and then you take the suction cups and you attach them to the mirror. You shave. It all falls down inside of the bib. You dump that into the garbage. I found a few flaws in that. So what I have started to really just do is I put the bib down into the bowl of the sink, which is technically my sink in the bathroom. So we have his and hers sink in the bathroom.
Yes.
However, it's really
hers and hers.
Hers and hers.
Yeah.
Because you have the one that is yours, and then you've taken over mine.
Okay.
And so, anyway, long story short, to prevent wild hairs everywhere, I put it down in the bowl.
Yeah.
I shave or I trim, and then I dump that into the garbage. You have the floor, Randy.
So where is it that not occurring? What step
am I missing
in the process?
How am I missing? What
are you missing?
Look, there
are little short red hairs, as in
everywhere.
As in the words of Notorious B.I.G., little brown hairs everywhere. I don't care, but the problem is I do care. There are little red hairs everywhere, like in the sink, on the counter, on the floor, in my socks, in the shower. There was one on my keyboard of my laptop yesterday.
Well, and
I'm like, Mother!
I have something to confess to you.
What? You sprinkle them around the house?
Yes.
Like fairy dust?
No, I get the same complaint from the other DJs in the studio. They're like, oh, Cort was in here because...
Seriously?
Listen, you are the one. I'm going to put the full blame on you on this.
Well,
you are the one who encouraged me years ago to grow a beard.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't know if it's because I have a weak chin or it hides my double chin. I don't know where the fascination or the acceptance of the beard. I mean, I'm appreciative, but like you were the one that really encouraged it. So here I am,
so it's my fault.
A bearded man for going on a decade.
Yeah.
And when it gets to a certain length, I don't know what it is, if it's like shedding season, but like it just can,
Yeah, I think you need, so.
Do I need to comb it out more?
And if I may suggest.
Okay.
Either you take that bib when you're done.
Yeah.
You can gently shake it into the garbage, but then either can you walk out to the deck or can you go into the shower and shake the crap out of it? So when I just cleaned our bathroom on Sunday.
Yeah.
I pulled that thing out, and there was so many.
Where is it, by the way? I couldn't find. I was gonna trim.
Well, Marie Kondo'd it, and it's rolled up into this little thing. I'll show it to you. I put it in your cupboard.
Oh, it's in my cupboard.
Yeah. But
that I share with like 10 other things. It's not really my cupboard.
Right. But yeah, we need to get the beard hairs, the ones that have come off your face. We need to get those beard hairs under control.
Okay. I just stopped.
Everywhere.
I just stopped trimming. That might be a way.
How long will it get?
Oh, it's long. I mean,
like Jesus beard?
I could try. Kind of wanna.
Okay, try it.
All right.
Why not?
Sure.
Yeah, so we just got to figure that out. Because like I put on a sock the other day, I'm like, something's poking me. And it was a little red beard hair. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, so. I can't, there's no mistake in it.
Yeah.
That it's mine.
That's funny that the everybody says it about the studio too.
No, it's like Jared, he's like, oh, Cort's been in here.
That's funny.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. Well, this was interesting today.
That was easier to stomach than the first part of the show. So thank you for that. Thanks for going gentle on me.
Are you being extremely sarcastic?
A little bit.
Yeah. All right. Can't wait to see what next week brings.
Me neither.